Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebon at 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebon at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Yes, whether we pay attention or not to it, the politics keep heating up. The youths in Nigeria cannot wait to cast their votes. But attacks on obedience over the weekend, looks worrisome as the election, approaches. Good afternoon and welcome to Political Views on Ebona at 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifeanyi AKZ. Yes, on this program, it is really that simple. Your views about politics, as a lot is unfolding already in the political space in Nigeria today. It will only take Nigeria 11 days, 16 hours, to get to the presidential and national assembly election on the 25th of February, 2023. And the presidential candidates, continue to make promises to Nigerians. Even Kwankwaso promised Nigeria that he will remove the cash swap deadline if elected president. Then we begin to ask ourselves the question, how long will Nigerians go through the scarcity of Naira? The issue of APC, APC having internal issues is a proof that APC is not as stable as it appears to be. APC having internal issues is a proof that APC is not as stable as it appears to be, but at the same time, the issue between Atiku, Wike, Ayu, and the G5 governors is the proof of instability on the side of PDP as well. Yes, we also hear of defection from Labour Party as well, but at the same time, the APC and PDP all have politicians supporting the Labour Party, even from within their own parties. Now, INEC is very much prepared for this election, as we have seen, but they were telling us that elections will not hold in 240 polling units. INEC declared this. If you remember vividly, even in Imo State, there are complaints about voters' apathy due to insecurity. Now, PDP said none of the APC governors in the north will deliver for Tinubu. At the same time, the Supreme Court gave warning about unguarded utterances about court judgments. Political View on Ebon at 103.5 FM will continue as we bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space today. But before we do that, we have an announcement. Listen to this announcement of a missing person, Mrs. Patricia Umona Okeke Umueria. She's 70 years old woman, dark in complexion, slim, and then she left her home on the 10th of February. She left her home in Apu village, Ubu. She said she was headed to Oyago and is missing now. Anybody with useful information on how to locate her should call 080 88 21 3271 74. Again, 080 88 21 32 74. Now back to political views on Ebon at 103.5 FM. We are going to bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space this afternoon. And we get started with the headlines. Naira scarcity. Tinubu tax CBN on immediate relief for Nigerians. Christian Association of Nigeria, Obi Dati Media, deny alleged 2 billion naira presidential vote booster. Military dismisses alleged coup plot. Atiku's aide asks DSS to quiz Fani-Kayode. Kano's Council Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project urges ICC to probe pre-election violence. Lagos APC denies attacking Labour Party supporters. 6 police probe. APC senatorial campaign fault implementation of CBN's cash swap policy. My attackers will not deter me, says Mba. Christian Association of Nigeria urges active participation in elections, warns against protests. Buhari approves 67 new broadcast license. Now, details. Naira scarcity. Tinubu tax CBN on immediate relief for Nigerians. The All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu scarcity. In a personally signed statement yesterday, Tinubu maintained that he and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, do not have anything against the CBN Naira redesign and cashless policy in principle. He said, "We are, however, only concerned about its disruptive implementation and the hardship it has brought on the generality of our people who currently can't access their hard-earned money to meet obligations and the attendant consequences on the informal sector where majority operate." Tinubu said, following the advice of the Council of State, the CBN should announce that the old and the new Naira notes, especially the non-withdrawn notes and coins, will coexist as legal tender for the next 12 months to follow examples of countries that have successfully implemented similar monetary policy. This will immediately remove growing tension in the country, eliminate panic reactions by the populace, and allow time to scale up infrastructural gaps around alternative payment options to cash. We advise the immediate suspension of associated charges on online transactions and bank transfers and payments via POS until the current crisis is fully resolved. This cost should be considered a rollout expense by the CBN to incentivize the envisaged shift to alternative transaction channels for both the financial services consuming public and those in charge of implementing the scale-up program. Mobilize all money deposit banks, payment platforms to show clear commitment and timeliness on expanding their infrastructure and support service, he said. The next story we have for you, Christian Association of Nigeria, Obidati Media, deny alleged 2 billion presidential vote booster. Christian Association of Nigeria has said it is not aware of any 2 billion naira given to churches in Nigeria to mobilize votes for a presidential candidate in the 2023 election and neither received any petition dated December 22, 2022. An online news medium had reported yesterday that a 2 billion naira mobilization fund was tearing the Christian body apart, alleging Labour Party presidential candidate P2B provided the money. But Christian Association of Nigeria Archbishop Daniel Oko, in a statement in Abuja, said the so-called petition reportedly signed by one Pastor Frank Onwumere and addressed to his office is illogical and can best be described as a failed attempt to drag the Christian body into 2023 politicking. Oko, who promised that Christian Association of Nigeria will investigate the source of the letter in the interest of the public, urged Nigerians to disregard the petition as its contents are not only untrue but also malicious. He said Nigerians should note that Christian Association of Nigeria as a faith-based entity maintains its non-partisan stance and will not endorse or mobilize support for any candidate in the upcoming elections, as against the social media posts being circulated by some elements bent on soiling its name and image. We want those peddling the falsehood to desist from such act because they are capable of defaming innocent people and reverend religious institutions, as well as breaching public peace. Also, the Obidati Media Organization discredited the letter in a statement, saying it is a fact that you cannot be in front of a political competition and not get roughened, especially if you are in the race with morally bankrupt persons. That is why we continue to be amused by the desperation of some opponents to search for faults on the front-running presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. P2B, and apparent frustration of not finding any. The statement added, our mission in the obedient movement is to alert and warn discerning minds, especially those desirous to see a new Nigeria emerge through P2B, to ignore and treat as trash any doctored and faked items on OB. Anything they are bringing now after their long fruitless search is concocted to tarnish the hard-earned reputation of the candidate and should be disregarded. Military dismisses alleged coup plot. Atiku's aide asks DSS to peace Fani-Kayode. Defense headquarters has dismissed as malicious propaganda a report by some unscrupulous elements of plot by some military officers to disrupt the forthcoming general elections. Acting Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuko Gasua, said this in a statement on Saturday in Abuja. He said the armed forces of Nigeria was dismayed that even politically exposed persons had degenerated themselves by joining agents of destabilization. According to him, the elements claimed some military officers met with a presidential candidate with the aim of disrupting the elections and setting the country on fire. He said it needs to be stated that the armed forces of Nigeria is a professional military that is loyal to the Constitution of the Federal Republic and will never be part of any evil plot against our democracy. Besides, the military remains apolitical and neutral in the current political process and will not engage in alleged shenanigans. The armed forces of Nigeria will never be part of any ignoble plot to truncate our hard-earned democracy. Gosua said the military high command would ensure those who fabricated and spread the unfounded reports are invited by appropriate law enforcement agencies to substantiate their claims. The general public is advised to disregard such information and go about their normal activities, he added. Now, the next story we have for you this afternoon is Kano's council accuses British High Commissioner of sabotaging release. The United States of America-based International Council and spokesman for Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Bruce Fenn, has faulted the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Catalonia Lang, on Kanu's unconditional release from detention by Nigerian government. Feng, in his letter to Lang, dated February 10, 2023, alleged that the British High Commissioner is sabotaging Kanu's unconditional release as mandated under just congenial norms of international law, which is binding on all nations irrespective of consent. Copy of Feng's letter, which was made available to newsmen yesterday by Kanu's special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, was referenced a sabotage of immediate unconditional release of United Kingdom citizen Nnamdi Kanu pursuant United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention Opinion number 25 2022. Fenn, who is also Kanu's international spokesman, told the High Commissioner that on July 20, 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on Arbitrary Detention issued an anonymous opinion addressing Kanu's kidnapping, torture, extraordinary rendition, and protracted detention without trial by Nigeria, acting in collusion with Kenya. And that, among other things, the working group opinion called on Nigeria to take urgent action to ensure immediate and unconditional release of Kanu, adding that the opinion catalogued the serious human rights violations of Nigeria and Kenya regarding Kanu. According to Fenn's letter, the deprivation of Kanu's liberty are in contravention of Articles 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, and 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Articles 2, 9, 13, 14, 16, 19, and 26 of International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Yes, it is still political views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM, and I'm taking you up to speed on the happenings in our political space this afternoon. And some of the stories making the headlines this afternoon. Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project urges ICC to probe pre-election violence. Now, we apologize for not getting you the story. Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project urges ICC to probe pre-election violence, but we'll see what we can do. But based on network right now, we can't get to that story. But right now, we move over to the next story that says, Lagos APC denies attacking Labour Party supporters, seek police probe. All Progressive Congress APC Lagos State chapter has distanced itself from attacks on Labour Party rally on Saturday describing the allegation as baseless. Labour Party has called on the international community to hold APC and the Lagos State Governor responsible for attack on its supporters. This followed a viral video showing Labour Party branded buses destroyed and the party's supporters wounded, but the police is yet to confirm the authenticity of the footage. Publicity Secretary of the party, Sheye Oladejo, stated at the weekend that it was disheartening that Labour Party could level such allegation without any substantial proof. According to him, APC remains the biggest stakeholder to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order in the state, insisting that its members were not involved in any attack. Oladejo urged the security agencies to do their job and bring those found culpable in any attack to book, adding that those who alleged must be able to provide evidence, identify suspects, and leave the rest to security agencies. His words, we read with amazement the baseless allegation of Labour Party that the ruling APC was responsible for the attack of its supporters in Lagos. We abhor violence as a party. Everybody has the constitutional right to support whichever party they choose, and we don't think that they should make for any kind of violence. We don't see Labour Party or any other party as a threat. It's important to put it on record that every indication points to our victory in the coming elections based on the widely acknowledged great performance of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and other elected and appointed government officials during the outgoing tenure. The party also said its members had no business unleashing attack on the opposition party, adding that the state government remains committed to the security of life and property of all Lagosians, irrespective of political affiliation. Labour Party would do well if it desists from needless blackmail and face the substance of the expectation of the electorate, he declared. And that's what we have got for you when it comes to this issue of Lagos APC denies attacking Labour Party supporters, seeks police probe. Now, still on the stories making the rounds on our political space this afternoon, my performance will end me second term, Diri boast. Now, Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri yesterday said his performance in office will earn him a second term in office. Speaking during a Thanksgiving service to mark his third year anniversary, Diri noted that going by testimonies in the state, he has performed creditably well. According to the governor, he was destined to be governor from birth. He advised citizens to unite and support one another and avoid the pull him down syndrome, saying power comes from God. The Thanksgiving service was attended by wife of former President Goodluck Jonathan Patience, President of Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria (PFN), Bishop Francis Wale Oke, as guest speaker, former governors and senators from the state, among others. Diri said, power always comes from God. There is no mistake that I am a miracle governor. Before I was born, God ordained it, and even as I was born, there were signs all over. It is no mistake that have come through Seriki Dixon, predecessor. That is the way God wants it. When God wants to work, he works through instruments that men will never know anything good could come out from. Our first 4 years is coming to an end, and it's usually that every governor who has spent 4 years creditably will seek a second term. I will not forget a governor who served for 4 years and the people said they had marketed his script and has failed. And his father said if somebody failed, he would repeat the class. But in our case, those marking the script, I don't know, are telling us we have done well. The testimonies are all here and abound. And so, in our case, it is not repeating the class, it is moving forward, he said. Moving on, Catholic bishops fault implementing policy. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, said shoddy implementation of Central Bank of Nigeria's CBN cash swap policy, which resulted in a cash crunch, has added to the ordeal, anger, and frustration of the masses. The bishops lamented that on account of hard-biting economic conditions, many Nigerians have been deprived, going to bed without food, while others have resorted to crime and begging to survive. Also, the body urged Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to leave above board as an impartial umpire and ensure its conduct in the forthcoming general elections is beyond reproach. Speaking at the opening session of the 2023 First Plenary Assembly of the CBCN in Abuja yesterday, the President, Most Reverend Lucius Iwejuru Ugoje, said government seems overwhelmed by the cash crisis, despite claim that it is on top of the matter. Ugoje said untold and undeserved sufferings to which Nigerians have been subjected over the years is good preparation for them to vote wisely during the elections, adding that the polls, if well conducted, could be a turning point in Nigeria's political and economic history. He noted that growing debt burden is compounding the situation further and mortgage the nation's future. He said while the value of the naira continues to decline, the cost of basic commodities, including food items, continues to soar with serious effects on the lives and livelihoods of our people. On account of long persisting fuel scarcity, Nigerians spend endless hours in long queues under harsh weather conditions trying to buy fuel at exorbitant prices. However, all hope is not lost. With the forthcoming general elections drawing close, people perceive a glimmer of light after a very long and dark tunnel. We therefore urge all to play their roles maturely and creditably during the period of general elections. Ugoji commended INEC for introducing the Bermuda Voters Accreditation System, BVAS, in the electoral process and expressed hope that INEC will ensure the machines are functional on elections day in all the polling units across the country. Now, the next story we have for you, Christian Association of Nigeria urges active participation in elections, warns against protests. Akwa Ibom State chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has called on church leaders and Christians in the state to participate actively in the coming general elections in an adversary endorsed by its chairman, Bishop Christian Nyogo. Christian Association of Nigeria said the right to participate in political and electoral processes is constitutionally guaranteed not. And in his advisory endorsed by its chairman, Bishop Christian Nyogo, Christian Association of Nigeria said the right to participate in political and electoral processes is continually guaranteed in any way against the dictates of the Christian faith. It called on church leaders to embark on voter education. It, however, warned the church leaders are not to undertake actions or partake in activities that are capable of inciting civil unrest or causing a breach of public peace. They must be sensitive to the concentrated anger that has been triggered by the fallout of recent economic policies and fuel scarcity in our country, which has fostered an unprecedented level of despondency on our land. Instead of taking to protest, the Christian body urged Christian leaders to pray fervently for peace throughout this period and also counsel their members to earnestly seek and pursue peace. Restating the belief that power belongs to God, Christian Association of Nigeria cautioned candidates to be civil and temperate in their utterances during campaign, noting that inflammatory utterances by politicians could derail the democratic process. The body also advised church leaders not to yield to entreaties by desperate politicians aimed at penetrating the ranks of the church with a view to influencing the clergy to mobilize their adherents for politically motivated protest, to partner with security agencies to ensure maintenance of peace. Now, the last story we have for you before you get to call and then give us your views politically. Now, Buhari approves 67 new broadcast license. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved 67 new broadcast licenses for television and radio stations across the country. Meanwhile, the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) has deployed all the technical and operational facilities for monitoring the forthcoming general elections, just as Central Monitoring Committee has been constituted to provide rapid response to unethical broadcasting and violations on election day. About 302 broadcast stations breached the National Broadcasting Code in the last 2 years. Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, Malam Irela, who disclosed this yesterday in Abuja, noted that approval of the 67 broadcast license was a great milestone in furthering pluralism and freedom of expression in Nigeria. He further observed that the approval was in line with the democratic values of President Buhari, bringing to a total of 473 licenses granted under his administration. The MBC boss, who gave a breakdown of the license approved by the president, said that he approved a total of 210 permits in 2018, 159 in 2020, 32 in 2021, 5 in 2022, and 67 in 2023, bringing the total license approval by the president to 473 in 8 years. Now, there you have it. In the course of our discussion, we'll try as much as possible to bring you the headline that says Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project urges ICC to probe pre-election violence. We'll try to bring you that story. But in continuation of what we are doing here this afternoon, the exercise of change of old notes to new ones, did it achieve what it is designed for? As Body George admits that the silence of Atiku about the cash crunch is at the same time, is confusing or is surprising per se for him. And at the same time, Tinubu taxed CBN on immediate relief for Nigerians. At the same time, British High Commissioner, is accusing, British High Commissioner to Nigeria is being accused of sabotaging release of Nnamdi Kanu, the citizen of United Nations as well as Nigeria. So what are your political views? It is political views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. What are your views? Remember that you can call the number 08096661035, or you send SMS or WhatsApp messages to the same number. That's what it is. You can stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. What are your views? Basically, it's time for you to contribute your quota. Tell us what you think of all of this and all that is going on in our political space. How do you see it? The election is fast coming, like it's going to happen in a couple of days from now. So what is your take on all of this? Let's hear from you. Yes, it is still political views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM, and it is unfolding. It's very important that we get to talk about some of these things that affect us in one way or the other. What is going on right now in our world is basically about policies that we didn't even get to decide, and then it's affecting us. But one way or the other, we are supposed to, have contributions in this matter in the way of the ballot. So, what decision are you going to make about the ballot, the forthcoming election? Let's hear from you. Hello? 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 Wow. Hello? Wow. Wow. Hello? Okay, please call back 08096661035, and it seems like network is messing with us, but just keep the calls coming through. You can as well send SMS or WhatsApp message to the same number 08096661035. Hello? 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 Oh. Oh, network is messing with us, but please keep the calls coming. You can as well send SMS or WhatsApp to the same number 08096661035. Let's now bring you up to speed on the issue of socio-economic rights and accountability project urges ICC to probe pre-election violence. Now, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has urged the International Criminal Court, ICC, to launch investigation into Nigeria's pre-election violence. According to the body, if the situation is not addressed, it might lead to post-election aggression. The petition, dated February 11th, was sent to the prosecutor, Karim Khan, QC. The group urged the ICC official was sent to the prosecutor, Karim Khan, QC. The group urged the ICC official to urgently send a legal team to Nigeria to promote free and fair elections and collate potential proofs of election-related violence before, during, and after the general election. The request followed reports of hostility in several states, including Lagos, Rivers, and Kaduna. Over 4,000 cases of violent attacks and 11,000 fatalities were reported across the Federation between January 1st, 2022 and February 3rd, 2023 alone. In the petition signed by Deputy Director Kulawale Oluwadare, Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project said these cases reflected the grievous election related crimes in several states ahead of the general election. Let's see if we can get this call. Let's hear from you. Hello? Hello? Yeah, good evening. You're Gabaniru. Okay.
I am not the thing. One day, tell him to go let the question because some man can pretend. He cannot take the end better because when George made me wow. Follow God, but I said, they had not kind of book. None they can not get them. Like telling George, you see many of it. Why say that? Now it is. Yeah, where go to school? The way I come with you, Nigeria. How much I have war for this? Wait, back in Kenya. I got I'm Africa there sending home to you. I didn't know go to far that African way. But this is the mother. They are coming to Kaduna line. But what are you going to now? You go Nigeria. In Nigeria, Also, Line High Commissioner, one of this country. In America, Asia, in France, Asia, in Germany, Asia, all the whole country in the world, with the High Commission. We now just can you get to a line now? And that's the other thing we're not going to just to them. Put out the also on down as well as getting in diversity. Or one book, make local good on one over to make a killer. Because now, in 1 Nigeria, out 1 naira. What a fish, and how all do the hand and make no good that no good that is going to tour. But now, for clear, and no divide and rule. Then, when we can have milk, we have no good that. But what I know last year or last 3 years. They go in France man in Africa to about $1 billion. That's France in Africa. I'm not saying what I don't get $1 billion. Una na money. That's why you have to win on that. Nigeria is Christian company. Over on what is Nigeria, madam. In the time, Britain that are like that are evil. You don't know, man, who let's go make it here. Where see later how now my goodness we go call and that when I'm the back the side and rule the way you have that when I don't know how then who they focus you won't be the thing as go now they will hold let Nigeria to listen and when that Nigeria for you or for one or man just say okay now man get an answer has to can be better. Because we have pretend and let them go to that useless. So Nigeria, people don't have Nigeria to conference. One will go there, I one other house. But pretend we will to town or go there, one.
One of the things, one of the things they got observed from this comment they make, Ibuna, Nyawabu, the British High Commissioner, Asape, won't be who na the matter. So, okay, Asapal still. Okay, Asapal. So no tell us at here. I will put the most. Nigeria abroad the only country Britain colonize it. And most of these countries, even like India, China, and the rest of them, will on for today. I'm an example. So now the fact now all these countries who super on and Britain and many those countries. There's a canka is diche.
How will you know what you have baboon? No monkey. So, or what has the trees in the white river has the trees doing? I will or when you go not you look, you follow. This is America. Oh, no, because I man is born and is going to go in and ready to join. But when you go not take you need to be for a swallow. Why do you know where the country? What we get at those countries? The country, the president is that. Where did the whole class of a white way now to suffer today? You can't tell us, no one can change. And all these other hate that day, where will I live and then go where the one all these people here, their country have that's empire. So you could go and give their bullies as bullies. We will stop like to another Nigeria. Pretend where teacher. Where you go and back, then you give me her. Then you wonder, and I now in the house. And where's only butter or good leader? Man, I got here to find them money.
One, thank you. Time on Monagay Zugo, time on Monagay Zugo, Conyos of Batata. Time on Monagay Zugo, time on Monagay Zugo, Conyos of Batadaro. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Political views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM is unfolding. Most times, these things that we say are speculative. If you look at the governance of today, Nigeria is a sovereign state, so they don't have rights over Nigeria the way I'm looking at it. But let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and location, sir. Welcome, sir. Gabaniru, sir.
The bank maka 240 units.
Okay.
And I can I we can not out on a good. On that the Bruzo. Satana, where's the wood? In there, Nigeria, I never have me security over there.
Okay.
And I can even money and I took a wobble. Yabon and I next, they bend that every. If I am away, it goes. I just be able to send them money to the year by you know about that way about that way. We're not like our pastor. I forgot that I'm for
Okay.
Although, and then I say, I'm about to say, I'm a Mama, I see Yapado. Into when you go, my poor, it's also be anyone in Nigeria. Other Abadi Yapado, and then go to Shari. Then you have another cocoa, when you can buy the Yabuko, and cause I buy the Yabuko, or you are the idea. I put the pharmacy, or you are in the sky again. You're welcome, and I'm not going to go on with it. Then we can make you who you make you do that. So maybe it's more than I have to. But we'll see, I have to come and who the house. I'm not happy to put you at the middle, but you mother with another car, small one last year. How the guys and I am going to get to. I don't want no heat. So now, see the middle with our power and our and we are power here. I don't have to land the tunnel. All blue out in Nigeria, Mama. How did you want no one you need? A power and you get to go back and move down there, amalgamate. Is out there for the short, that's not
for a shop.
When you know, I want to make you to go to Macana. I just put one here. Here is not the tunnel. Bobu for a pool, thank you, Amodia. About on a camera, Obu for a pool. I just want one here. And the policy that I let you do. What about the tunnel? Then 1 year, I can get it or not detail. We're going to need me. I'm going to make you arrow. And you draw that I want. I got the check. I'm going to I'm of the MM of Kadian. Then, of course, I thought I never met people. A victory, a victory. After a year, broken. Onye ga-ime competition ọla book of request ya kpọọ ga dịta n'ụwa a na-ekwu ya mgbe ọbụla m nwere steji 1000 kama na-apụta na ya ga steji win ka ọ na-amanye ya obute ọkụ ekwekwa na ọzọ na-esi ezi dị mụ nwa ji na ya mkpọ ihe mpụ ka nna agwụ ụlọ ihe mpụ n'ime nwa ka nna agwụ ụlọ onye nwere ike iwu iwu mana inye ya nụ na amanye ya and it will cause problem whether they like it or not iri wete na-eme eme ejimesi ma na-emebezi emebe onwe izu ga-ji esi ezi ka ma oji atak Atiku onye ọbụla okpuru ebe a o metụrụ na nkịtị onwe ya eri anyị ụmụ ọkọ bịa onye na-agba egbe onwe ya eri ya ma ịsochi ya na nke ya akụkọ yiri ya etu blen ọkụ so mochi ọkụ gbaba dọka eke ihe ya na-efe ekekwa nwa ọbụla na-eje eje denu ọzọkwa bụ Buhari ewepụtana ego na-ekwesị redio steshọn ebe ahụ na-eme kampen ọtụrụ ọchịchị adịghị na-eche ha ma na-eche maka ndị aja ha asị steeti gụrụ obodo ego na ewepụta wee mee ya ekwetịbadokwa mbọ ya ka ọ na ọtụtụ otu ajakpata ndị n'ebe ahụ ekwesị atụ na vootu abụgo m na mkpa ndị Naijiria mkpa ndị anọ ndị a na-achị achị bụ vootu ọchịchị ọ bụla maka ndị anọ ha.
So on for the reason like now that all those radio stations get employ youths in Nigeria, you follow that aspect, no way for Gemelo Nigerians. Now those in your license when they go license here before now. So sometimes Okay. And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Yes, there is still political views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Sometimes our sentiments get to cloud our judgment, and then we fail to see the goodness in what people do as well. Though it's politically, but sometimes when we talk about these things, let's point out the good things out of what is being done. Let's be factual and objective in our input. Let's hear from you. Hello. Good evening, my brother. Get you, man. Okay, Gabaniru. Okay.
So, Oku with the Mama. Ilia and more for the last week in the news and natural weapon. Now, what will say that now? All now, I was a Yibu now, you go buy Africa. were corona whatever thing after corona is called there. Were part well you know what it is. Mana ha atore ga na ga ha na ga ni ni. Ata ko so so iri ni bonde. Ila ka ko don. Opo na ya pota. Ko se te jogo ti yes ya pota go. Ka ko se te jogo. Na ye were ni ke na wala corona na Florida na ya mo ke ko den ya wo den ngwana wa ya. Were ti na mmiri. Aja ka wee kwuo na ha ga-abụ ofu wee kwekọrịtasị oke lekwe ka a ga-esi eme uso ọ na ha ma mbụ ofu na onye ọbụla ga-anọ n'obi ya achọ oke onye ọbụla nọrọ onwe ya akwa lasik a kwupụrụ ihe a apụta kịta na nke a wepụtakwa aja use na ahama
mana some of these things in na-ekwu in one way or the other anyị na-emebi ya like in the area of confab ilote confab eme all that same confab ka eji wee nweta the issue of restructuring and the rest of them. So at the end of the day, Nigerians are still meeting, and at the end of the day, we have a consensus on how we move forward in some of the things we are doing. Don't you think so?
That's the restructure that I got in the Ethiopia. Come for that restructure and I got a scientific foundation.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now you go now you buy a photo, no copa. We are doing it after the year because of the day and I can come back.
Okay.
That's one of your okay, the two mayor. Manana and I need to know Nigeria. Makata Bana, Yana, if you do it at their papa. I think it's Magil Tokote, the Kraken are fighting a member, almost Kuku. Ever for the Madu, Lupus on Naya. Wherever Nazaria, number one. Already on our job, but I will open a review. Where you were Bamba, Timiku, Oterefa, if I go look on Naya, if I never look at it. The biggest about the radio when they ban Azrakia, when I'm waiting to go. India, I have been enough. The good look at now the Molisia, and I am what here. Only more people now I have put it down, waiting to go. But when what you go out, I took a way here. All diet the Molisia, and never what you can eat. Not what they say about an apple, what's your plan? I'm on Roma. No one anything over that on the bank and not imagine you will put up a photo. So you come here, go, we send out, you send a jacket and I'll go on. Also, now that you was up at that phone, you will know about the colonizer. Nigeria, whatever, I don't think about Nigeria. Yes, you have to get up at that. I know why that I will do to try to do weather. Magani, go to the Nigeria, already serious.
Mana, compare Nigeria with India and China. They got the same process of colonizing. Naka Britain.
India, when you're also, they go did not get them chance. On your man, India, whatever, I just put a kind of idea, daughter. I don't know that it's why I just put it. I'm not going to have to when you put a potato, go to the Hona, I don't put in here, and then we'll get to do a Jaya, or Jan will use for Hatia. Or the Sophia Ganda, the Metal Paper, Mr. Woman, and they are going to put the Hapon with the one. Oh, yeah, but I had to have a figure. I'm on the studio.
Okay.
That's what I had again. So, I forgot down.
So, Otua is welfare, even my penny Matangandi Gabiga, if for those aspects, Matangandi. Matangandi is not American, he's an Indian leader at the time, but there are a lot of books as well that we can learn from, pagan for that matter, and all India, all based on his experience with the colonial masters. India, he's a leader near India. Indian is here today, basically. But at the same time, India had that same system. When I achieve, if I not actualize, if I show, even China, they didn't say, okay, now give me BC, Kaija. So, but I respond to most of the things you said. Your Takai were Capion last. And in a at the time, he could about, it could be a new Nigeria. And then you again, so that's the thing. So it could be a new Nigeria. That is maybe I know change our ways as a people. It's new Nigeria now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in this evening. Yes, it is still political views on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. You talked about having a new, building anew. When Christ said destroy the temple, he didn't destroy it. He built a new way. He brought a new way about. That's what it is. So we could have a new way in Nigeria today and then operate better. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, Gabani Rusao. Oh, please. We lost you. Please. 08096661035, and then you become part of this conversation. Yes, at the same time, remember that we are talking about Diri, who said my performance will aim me second term. Diri boost. What do you think of that, basically? Also, remember that we talked about Catholic bishops' false implementation of CBN's cash swap policy. Remember that we also talked about Christian Association of Nigeria urges active participation in elections, warns against protests. Please keep the calls coming. 08096661035, and then let's talk about all of this. Hello, good evening. Okay, Gabaniru.
Somebody told me.
Okay.
Okay, the Magame. The last me, Kulu, Agano. The home and the answer is yes. 100 years. Will expire. But where one and I got one on the case, you're got a line. Oh, where now, but I did when he's about to go down. Also, I need it. If you don't want to go to the high commission, go down. Now, when I have the Abu Jagaman, you go for it, but it's also everybody. Sana, you are and of course, like now, I would to. No matter, never can look in it. Never can it. Money, line. Like Afghanistan, say what you say, one Johan Afghanistan. Because all that I can help.
Okay.
Coming to the Christian, they call it organized in I have a protest. There's a protest you have to play. They protest you have to go. All that country in the protest. They better than you there. You don't go to Una, see no as a protest. Oh, when I choose the Lego, in Germana, I will feel Opachana, Baga, and Lego.
Okay, the thing is basically in an election the at hand at the time protests could also mar the election, and at the same time It's not Christian association. Kezi, our way as Christians. If we are Christians, all believe Christ kuzilai that when you are slapped on this cheek, that you should turn the other cheek. And at the end of the day, okay, yes, Christ said that.
God, I know, I'm going to take out of Israel. Okay? Okay. Israel, I have to Palestinian. Israel last week, they want to occupy Palestinian now. But all these to that Syria and this right, they would allow them to be for.
I don't know. Imam lies. Yemen Imam lies. Okay, can call again. Oh, for Mbobro deceiving. How they deceive on wepa? Ema check a kwalo again. Okay, Daryl, thank you so much for joining us this evening. But at the same time, let me correct two few impressions there. First, you gave an example with the Israelites, what they are doing in Palestine. Judaism is quite different from Christianity. What we do in Christianity is quite different from that of Judaism, if that is where you are driving out. But at the same time, somebody like Mahatma Gandhi, who is a pagan, was never in support of violence in achieving whatever you want to achieve from government. And that's one thing Martin Luther learned from Mahatma Gandhi in order to get to, he got to in his civil rights fights and the rest of them. That's why everything about their civil rights was peaceful. So we have to learn a thing from that too. So it's a good thing if we are prepared in that manner. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. Keki, man. I'm of my Alpha gonna be sat by. Gabaniru. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know who they can. Now, who can Okufa Hana Mama in a way.
Okay.
But in Nigeria, the country be may protest about Madame. How will Neganga after that protest now? One not the Christian side after the protest, and not the Christian Akaya Bobu, and they had sort of they may protest with both mother. Okay. That is number one. Two, when I protest na mama, often and they can no fire right against evils because Sarah is against evil. But when I commit go, but you also on the Nigeria and Nigeria man. Oh, how about Christian church will how the government? How Christian church will become government from church to local government.
Okay.
So now, often and this church, that will be say you can't move this hardship on you now. Many church is that. Over on do can you how am I reading me? But what business from business? No, I'm there preaching the word of God and you know and what they did. So let me see how. First, you say now you will say, woman in Nigeria, I could show you and then you about so big. Galvanize this protest. If we are, I'm a lot before. 1 hour, 2 hours, yeah, okay. We go to you hungry in Nigeria, okay. That is number one. Then two, but I gotta say, Nigeria go country no for Britain, over this country. Nigeria is Canada, Britain, which Britain cannot control Nigeria. But over Britain, I don't control Nigeria. Then when we the Niger Delta Avengers, when the Niger Delta Avengers, same fight has not been 100 miles deep from the sea. Gas to Britain, see from Banyan, bad Britain. During the Buhari regime, take on 10 years, the health of that thing. That's also to feel why Nigeria have blocked on that side.
not walk that side. But as we say, we could have now. I go several companies. I go do no wine. I am a weekend. I'm managing a buy name with different at the farm. Oh, this one, I can under them. When a country, but I can be clean for them. But when you make it before you make on the I agree for the Britain. The Britain and wine. I assume super election. You will see that compared to for Labour, but those who Britain work on a PDP. Oh, this is ever another all designed from PDP by Labour Party. Why? Because how was your name? We are showing you when you do poor. I can people with you by level. Oh, you see, Nigeria can be another Labour Party more Britain.
But here in the coup, Gabaniru.
Also, big level. Also, Nandi Kano. Because I'm a more, you want my more. I'm telling you never. Kaimaka is up with Nandi Kano to the election. Let's wake up and bring up that man from there. Also, I can about Christmas, about Easter, about New Year, not taking the election. And no more, no more, who will be right. I want to know that. Now, Roro, because you're press, and we'll try to do one of it. Who may be the same way, we're going to put you to among that. Or someone else could be saying. Kaiju in the Amanda is the governor of Tanya, the first thing to be the go. Kando really a couple of time and the cargo. Fortunately, but I'm a election. I am also a figure. Nando Onya, as only what I do, and the blue is only authority Bukunko, but only enough to be able we call it now overall Nadicalo. Mana, the Calo Afro, Afribo, what about it about Fibo, man, 1
okay, thank you. Ajujun Chodabe Judabagebo, Otua is in a Britain in control of Nigeria. Britain are in control of India and China.
Thank you. Emana China, Britain, but China. How would the Christianity, because the Christianity, in the China, we do Safara, we do Safara, where natural Christianity, not the fact. However, you have that in a high school, but from that Christian, how is the Christian? In the China, we need to see their own God. If I become India, so open a Britain that has with that Christianity for you there. Nandiba is there to that Christianity, but all Christianity is different in Nigeria. But open a church, I don't know Nigeria, different in Nigeria, to attack. So I need Yoruba now, that's the go. So, okay, I don't care to not confuse anyone with that. When you can see the truth, of the idea of the man and can get to come up again. But I was given that in whom is there again and Egypt, how is your job? How do you know waiting for one another for
Monaga a good time. I was saying, Dalu, thank you for joining us this evening. Dalu, thank you so much. Yes, it is still political views on Ebona at the 103.5 FM, and then I'm always trying to prove to you that there is no way the sovereign state of Nigeria is in the hands of another state, basically.
Hello,
yeah, good evening, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine. My name is Igwe. I'm calling from Ogidi.
No, please take it away.
Okay. I go one to
okay.
Need a coup process. In a senior process, I'm when they are planning the process in a country, and I work 2 months. Getting a single can join the process or see the process. Under this present government, in fact, of those Democrats and after the good open up idea. Because in the process, what a country in the process, the government is for it. And I
hello. Okay. Hello. Hello. No, I'll tell you like I went on in a cool. Hello. Oh, okay. No, I'll took a network or to play like I went on in a cool. Oh, or they go too bad. You have to call us back, eh? Hello? Okay, I'm going to look it up. Hello? Gabaniru?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello? Please call us back. 08096661035, and then you become part of this conversation. Funding about the people talking about the fact that okay, Nigeria, the amalgamation of Nigeria, it has expired, and the rest of them. I have a news for you. This is how it goes. The 1999 Constitution. Okay, I'll break it down for you to understand. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome back. The amalgamation, okay. Okay. Speculations, but still. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Then back to the issue of amalgamation. The 1999 Constitution, even with its poor record of consultation, had attained effectiveness as Nigeria's top legal norm. Nigeria did not therefore legally expire on 1st January 2014. Nigeria has gone far beyond a de-amalgamation of our 1914 amalgamation. If Nigeria will be dissolved, it will be through a popular political process, not by expiration of an imaginary treaty, because the treaty did not happen in the first place. Let's hear from this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome, my brother.
Yeah.
Apage. Okay, see why from Mbauku.
Yeah.
Gabaniru. Okay.
Mana ihe niile anyị na-eji ụjọ akara n'ime nwoke ihe mgbe Jonathan na-achụ akọkụkọ ime rịsọsọ agbacheziara ole anya na oyiri ike gbagba nka ike ga-akwapụta ya kwapụ agaghị ụmụ ife niile aka ahụ na-akwapụta akpasị na achọ ike isi na ka ibe ga-abịa what is the thing that na ihe ọbụla onye Europe awụ eze n'aka ndị anyị achọghị anyị kpochapụ anyị na ga-eme ebe
on what basis can you me uproot to her? Okay. So at the end of the day, in a Nigeria for motis, we are not just uprooting, no restructuring. Those are those are all everybody, right? Because not from confab Jonathan case when we're restructuring. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much. Yes, it is political view time to social time that Nigeria, and if you look at other countries that even got their independence before Nigeria got, like for example, have been given India and China as an example. Till date, they are still together. And these countries have a lot of ethnicity, not just one people. If you go to India, there are a lot of people. They are not, you don't just have as one set of people. They have ethnicities as well, just about breaking off. But we having this opportunity is a platform that we need to build. Why can't we, even as the most populous black nation on earth, why can't we work together, to prove ourselves? The world, we as Nigeria, the way I'm looking at it, we are the hope of the black man, basically. So we have to live up to his picture. It's not basically about this ethnicity. Paul Kaigama of Kigali, of Rwanda, talked about the fact that ethnicity is a tool that is used to divide the black man. That's why we are also divided even in gangs and the rest of them, that even without our ethnicity, we are still killing ourselves in gangs and other kind of stuff that we have gotten ourselves involved in. So why don't we tell ourselves the truth that we can work together now from this part and continue, irrespective of how we are looking at it and how they must have used our brain in some kind of way, the way we are looking at it. The treaty we are talking about is imaginary. It is not there. I'm giving you now as a fact. So the next time you talk about it, give me fact of what you're saying about amalgamation. So the 1999 constitution is still binding, and it proves that Nigeria is not in any aspiration of any kind any day. So 08096661035, that's the number you call, and then you become part of. It's just the only thing what we are talking about here. We talked about the fact that even Christian Association of Nigeria and Bidati Media denied alleged 2 billion naira presidential vote booster that they are being accused of. We also talked about the fact that DSS alleged coup plot. Atiku's aide asked DSS to quiz Fani-Kayode. We're also looking at the issue of Lagos APC denies attacking Labour Party supporters. 6 police probe. Do you think they are right? When you call, you tell me all of that. When you want to think of it, then Diri is saying that his performance will earn him second term. Do you think so? Then we also looked at the issue of Catholic bishops' fault implementation of CBN's cash swap. It is still political views on Ebona 103.5 FM. Your input is very much important as we talk about the 8096661035. Let's hear from you. Hello. Yeah. Okay, Gabani Rusa. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the High Commissioner of Britain, Abi. Okay. This evening, I guess maybe you didn't get to finish what you're saying, but you can still call back 00966611035 and then you become part of the conversation. Let's hear from other people. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, after getting a visa, what kind of the point? Okay, Gabani Rodogu.
When you feel about 1999 constitution. It's not like any
1999 constitution, even a poor record there of consultation, attained effectiveness as Nigeria's top legal norm. So Nigeria did not therefore legally expire on 1st January 2014. So we have gone beyond the amalgamation. So are you horrible?
Where did that constitution 1999? It's already there.
Yeah, some they are not meant you are saying on one consultation, but on one so why you know all facts are kind of present. I am not Atiku speculations.
How feel we the people of Nigeria that the constitution of 1999 but then we our constitution Abu Salam Muslim. I want to Abu Salam the constitution Nigeria still we. Okay, we're not making that constitution. We still made that constitution. I think I have a parliament of the council. Of what is that constitution? More than the money in Nigeria. Of what is that there? All that constitution were in not today. Is that what we hear from India? You can't rule India and Pakistan one country.
Yeah, see, in Pakistan left now.
Pawelu open mgbe ndị a sọrọ na ndị ili na ha dị egwu ha wee sị ka ndị a n'ọrụkwa ọrụ onwe ha because ọ bụrụ na Pakistan na India ha nọ etu a ha si abụọ ụdị ihe a na-eme n'obodo a ka anyị na-emete mana ndị nke niile ihe na-ebi ndị nke ọzọ efu na ha dị egwu n'ọtụrụ nke ahụ
mana otu isikwe abụrụ otu o si mee otu isikwe abụrụ otu o si mee ọnwụkwa ndị gụkwa nke fa ọfụma ibu na etinyezi afa ji maka ya wee gụkwuo ụmụ akwụkwọ sef. Okay. Mana I were back to if I know maka India war, not from what be here na ha ga-apụ. But not at the point of independence. At the point of independence. So if I can point out. Okay. Okay, we never can tell.
And besides that lie, we're going to Nigeria. Nigeria standing by the foundation of lie. We're not true.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Yes, you made a valid point. But at the end of the day, exactly so it is at the point of independence we decided. But we decided to use Nigeria as what we are starting off with, you know. But how come all of a sudden we decided that we don't want to use it anymore? Because at the point when we were having this conversation with the British people, we said, okay, we don't want you anymore, but what we want now is Nigeria. Why can't we work out Nigeria? And Nigeria is not the only country that is colonized by Britain. All other countries are made mention of. India, China, they are still together till date, and they are working their economy out. They are working everything out for themselves. So as a country, we need to believe in our own country and work it out. That's the note I will be leaving you with this evening. Let's see if we can get some of the messages that we got on SMS portal before we call it a day on this particular of political views on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Now we got a message from Aide Okenku, and she says, to curb this menace, God's intervention is needed. In as much as we play our role by voting, we have to play our role by voting. That's what Aide Okenku is telling us this evening. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. From Igwe Romanus, we also got a message that says, on Christian of Nigeria statement concerning protests, I'm urging Nigerians, especially our people, to protest within their PVC this evening. Igwe Romanus, thank you so much. Okay, with that, so far, that's the much we got from 3.5 FM. It's been fun, talking about more get involved in nation building. Remember that Nigeria is our own. That is the message I'm leaving you with this evening on every Saturday, 10 o'clock a.m. So keep a 24/7, baby. I remain Mark. Thank you. Subscribe, like, share. Thank you.